is what the majority of it was.
That's all right. We're fixing to go over. In 2010, the population of a large country was about 308 blah, blah, blah. And the population of the world was about blah, blah, blah. Determine the ratio of the country's population to the world's population. Well, this one tells you what to do. What does it say? By dividing the country's population by the what?
World's population.
Okay. 308.7 million. Million, Mom. Over 6.42 billion. All right, now first of all, you've got to understand how to rewrite these words right here. These two things. 308 what? Million 700
billion.
700,000. So I'm going to rewrite this. 308 million 700 what? 308.7 million is equal to 308,700,000. A lot of people don't realize that. Now what is this? 6 what? Billion 420
Million.
There you go. 6 billion 420 million. All right, now you can do your math. Now that you got it written in something that you can understand. Now, you may need a calculator to do the 3.087 divided by 6.42. You may need a calculator for that, and that's fine. I'm giving you permission. So, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3.087 times 10 to the blank 8 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6.42 times 10 to the blank 9. Now what do we need to do on both of these, this one and this one, mentally to get it back the way it was? To the right. So 3.087 divided by 6.42 times 10 to the 8 minus what? 9. Now I want you to finish it out. Somebody take a calculator and divide 3.087 times 6.42 and give me 3 digits.
48.
I'm sorry, what?
480.
0.480? Does everybody get that? And what is 10 to the 8 minus 9? -1. Now look and see what it says do. Type as a whole number or what? Decimal. So do I need to write it in scientific notation? No. I need to move it one place to the what? Left. And that's 0.0480 or 0.048. This says -1, and it says write as a whole number or decimal. So I moved it over and put my decimal there and put a 0 there. So that's the answer. It did not say scientific notation. So if it was scientific notation, you would have moved it to 4.8, and that would be 0, so it would be 0.4.8 or 0.48, whatever it comes out to be.
Would it be to the -2 if you were to put it in scientific notation?
No. This is 8 minus 9, which is what? -1. and it's 0.48. Y'all told me that it's 0.48, right? 0.48. So what does this say do? If I'm not changing it to scientific notation, changing it to a regular number, what do I do? One place to the left.
That's what my question was, if you was to put it.
Yeah. Now, scientific notation, I'm moving it this way, and it would be 4.8 to the negative 2. Yes. Scientific notation would be 4.8 times 10 to the negative 2. So if you got 4.8 times 10 to the negative 2 on your paper, that's good. But you need to write it like this. Okay? And we type that in.
4.8 negative 2 was the scientific.
Yeah, that's scientific, yes. 0.048. Next one. Oh, I like this one. Anything having to do with science, I like it because that's where you use scientific notation. This one says the distance from a planet to the moon is approximately 289,000 miles. If a spacecraft travels at a speed of 20,000 miles per hour, how many hours would it take the spacecraft to travel from planet to the moon? You ever notice when you're telling somebody that you're traveling, like I went down to Panama City this summer, and you're in a group of people, like 3 or 4 people, and you're having a discussion about traveling, and somebody says, well, how long did it take you? I've never been to Panama City. How long did it take you? It took me about 8 hours. Do you ever notice there's one person in the group, and it's usually a male, that goes, I can go there in 3.6 seconds. You ever notice that? And it's always a male. I've never seen a female go, oh, well, I can get down there in 3.7 days or 3.7 hours. I've never seen it. It's always a male. Just wondered if y'all ever had a conversation like that? Was it a male? I can get down there in 2.7 hours. Takes everybody else 8. That's why you got those idiots. You ever seen the idiots? You're going 70 miles an hour on the interstate and they're going like 120. The idiots. If they have a flat tire, if they have a tire go out or a brake line go out, they're dead.
Well, they've killed a lot of other people
Yeah.
right along with them.
I can't stand those people. They're important. That's what they think. Idiots is what they are. So if you're one of those people, you're an idiot. All right. First of all, distance equals rate times time. That is something that you need to write down and you need to keep in your brain housing group, because not only for standardized testing, but for real life. Distance equals rate times time. Now, excluding physics teachers, rate is pretty much speed. Okay? Some physics teachers will argue about that, but we're not going to worry about it. So, the distance from a planet, blah, 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 says use distance equals rate. What do they want to know? How many hours? What is hours? Time. Time is not by itself. Divide by what? To get T by itself, divide by R. That's what you were saying, distance divided by R. And the R's go out, and T is equal to distance over what? Rate. Or distance over speed. So now all you have to do is find the distance and divide it by the speed. So let's do that. Distance. 289,000 divided by 20,000. All right, go ahead and do that. And no, you do not need a calculator, because anybody in here should be able to divide 2 into any number. So you should not be using a calculator on this one. Now, what is 2.89 divided by 2? Well, 2 will go into 2 one time. 2 will go into 8 4 times. 2 will go into 9
4 times.
4 times, and I think it ends up to be 5.
Yeah.
4.5 times 10. What's 5 minus 4? 1. Now, I can tell you, they're not going to ask you for scientific notation. Why? It takes me 0.08 times 10 to the negative 2 hours to get down to Panama City. How many of you speak in terms of scientific notation? None of you. You're asking for hours here. Is hours a unit of measurement? Yes. Time. The only thing that we can't control. All right? So you just say, move it one place. It's 14 point what? 14.45 hours. And of course, if you was to say I was going to the moon last week and it took me 14 and a half hours, there would be some guy that would say he could go in his car 6 hours to get to the moon. You ever meet somebody like that, ladies? Run. Okay, run. I got 25 indicators, and that's one of them. First one is sunglasses inside. You ever meet a guy that has sunglasses inside? You better run.
Yep.
Okay. So what does it say? Type as an integer. Does it want to round it up? No. 14.45 hours. I don't know if it's going to take that or not. I would say 15 hours is what I would say, but
Well, it said integers are decimal.
no, 14.45. Now, if you put 14.5, I would take it because it does not distinguish whether to put it in terms of tenths or hundredths. But I just put 14.45 or 14.5. If it marked it wrong and you put 14.5, just see me after class, after class, or office hours. Why not before class? Because before class I'm usually uploading the video from the previous class, and that'll get me all messed up because I'm on the mail and I can't do 2 things at one time. All right, next one. I'm doing y'all's homework for y'all. Y'all know that, don't you? A large waterfall is managed so that a minimum of 70,000 cubic feet of water per second flows over the falls. Find the minimum amount of water that will flow over the falls in a 24-hour period. Ding, ding, second, hour, ding, ding, during tourist season. All right, I'm going to let y'all work on it. I'll blow it up a little bit for you. Well, I'll take the roll. Because some of y'all are going to quit, and some of y'all are going to take 15, 20 minutes. So. I would probably just go ahead and quit if I was y'all. Another indicator is the smokestacks on the truck. You know what the whole purpose for smokestacks are? Anybody want to know?
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you it's horsepower. That's bull crap. That's a bunch of bull. The reason for smokestacks is back when transfer trucks first started out, where did the exhaust come out? Anybody know? Where a car's exhaust comes out, right out behind the engine. We didn't have air conditioning back then. Okay? So what would happen if you pulled up beside a transfer truck and you had your car windows down because you didn't have air conditioning? You're getting pounded by diesel fumes. So they moved the exhaust on the transfer trucks to go out the top. So there's no reason at all for smokestacks on a pickup truck?
Big old-
None.
Looks cool,
Huh?
looks cool.
Yeah, that's it. But usually, the person that gets out of a jacked up has Napoleon complex, or no hair.
Usually the little guy.
Yeah, or he has no hair, or we won't talk about the third thing. Women do it too. The Oompa Loompas. You ever seen an Oompa Loompa? The orange face with a white neck. You know what I'm talking about? Those guys, those are the girls that will take a bat till your dad come watch you. They'll kill you. You're crazy.
Smokestacks off.
And some people don't put smokestacks on their car, but they put TV monitors and $10,000 wheels on a $1,000 car.
Mm.
Run! Run as fast as you can.
My husband tells our church children if he can put everything he owns in a shoebox, put him on the curb.
Yeah, that's about true. All right, 155. There's nothing wrong with putting a little bit of money in a 69 Camaro
No, ain't
or a
no wrong bit.
55 Chevy, but $10,000 worth of video equipment and stereo and wheels
Yeah,
on a
Honda.
$1,000 Honda.
If your vehicle is worth more than your house,
Yeah,
you have a problem.
yeah, exactly. That's a good way. That's a good indicator. Run, and if you live at home with your mom and daddy and you ride around in an Escalade, run,
Yep.
run, run, run. Because that is nothing but trouble. All right, who's here?
I'm here.
All right, Alan, where are you? There you are. All right, Bird. Okay. Biedenbender.
Dude.
All right. Bowens. Trying to learn the old names. This is the only class I haven't learned the names in because it's a little bit clearer. Cowan.
Here.
Where are you? Okay. Ebright.
Here.
Okay. Edwards. You need to quieten it down. You're a little bit too loud. Eubanks.
Right here.
Hill.
Here.
Where are you? Okay. Two Joneses. I know one's here in the back. Where's the other one?
Here.
Okay. Jordan.
Here,
Where are you? There you are. Lawless.
here,
Zana.
sauna,
Sorry. Zana. Porter.
Here.
Rodriguez.
here.
Where are you? There you are. You didn't email me.
Oh, because I found it on my list.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know May is here. What about CG? She's here. I'm learning your name. I had it that time. Terry. Terry. As in cloth. Not here. Watts.
Here,
Where are you?
here.
Oh, there you are. Trouble. And Wiley. Who's your daddy?
Timothy,
What school did he go to?
West Side.
I know a Vernon and his older brother Kelvin. How do you is it Kevin or Kelvin?
Calvin.
Kelvin. He was a year ahead of me. How did you kin to them? Cousins? Uncles? Huh?
They're my uncles.
Ah. Is your dad older than they are? Oh, I didn't know they had an older brother. How's I know Kelvin's doing all right, but how's Vernon doing?
He's fine.
Good. Tell him I asked about him. Tell both of them. I think I added Kelvin on Facebook. I think he's on Facebook. I think I did. He was a heck of a football player and a wrestler. Vernon was too. Vernon played a good linebacker. They both played linebacker, I believe. I haven't seen Vernon in a while. Is he still goofy?
Yeah.
He's funny. He's always made me laugh. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. See, I'm talking and I can't think. Oh, unfreeze. All right, y'all give up yet?
I have a question for you.
Uh-oh, what?
It ain't nothing like, how many word problems are on your test?
107?
Yeah.
Probably 2 or 3. One of these, two or three of these.
Probably not.
Like, you know, this is probably.
I'm gonna give y'all 5 minutes to take the test,
What'd you say?
so y'all won't be able to do it.
What'd you say?
So you'll probably fail. Y'all will probably fail.
Is it gonna tell us if it's right or wrong?
No, I'll leave y'all guessing. Yes, it will. It will. And I will put 2 or 3 and you have an hour and a half.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And why did I give y'all an hour and a half?
Because
I was low.
So you won't complain about,
An hour and a half too short.
because if I gave you an hour, you'd complain. All right. And of course, y'all have 6 dead grandmothers and the dog ate keyboard and all this other stuff. And 5 flat tires. Yeah, you gotta have that. Always on test day. All right. 70,000 cubic feet per what?
Second.
Per 1 second. Now we're going to do a little bit of unit conversion here because you have to. Because you can't compare apples and oranges. And what's the apples and oranges here?
Feet.
Seconds
Seconds and
to what?
time.
Hours. 2 different things. So, you can only cancel diagonally and vertically with fractions. So we got to put seconds up here. How many seconds are in a minute? 60 seconds. I wish this thing would work. 60 seconds, 1 minute. And how many minutes are in an hour? Now, if you was to cancel the seconds and the minutes, what are you left with? An hour. And they want to know in a what?
24 hours.
24 hours. So you'd multiply by 24 over 1. So now all you got to do is just multiply. So 7.0 times 10 to the 4th. What is 60 times 60?
120.
60 times 60?
3,600.
No, yeah, 3,600. Go.
And you say you caught me in a mistake all day. Yeah, it's wrong, yeah. 0.4 times 10 to the 1st. Now, you do not need a calculator for this, but it would help you to check it, see if you can do the math. But what is 4 plus 3 plus 1? Now, I'm going to do this in my head. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. What's 7 times 2? 14. And 7 times 4 is what?
28.
So 2.8 and 14 is 16.8, right?
Right.
So you're going to do 16.8 times 3.6. Now you're going to have to do a little bit of, you're going to have to do that by longhand or by a calculator, because it's not going to be good numbers. So if somebody takes 16.8 and 3.6, what do you get?
60.48.
60.48. Did everybody get that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. 60.48 times 10 to the 8. Now, am I worried about scientific notation on this one?
No.
No, because it's a unit of measurement. So you need to make it, you need to Go out. Oh, it says use scientific. Okay, okay. It says write. I'm sorry. It says write in scientific notation. I would not write it in scientific notation because you're asking for cubic feet of water. Yes, I would write it in regular notation. But anyway, 6.048 times 10 to the 8th blank 1. Which way did I move this decimal and get it back the way it was? To the right. So your final answer is 6.048 times 10 to the 9th power. And then round accordingly. So 6.048 6.048 times 10 to the what? 9th? It's a miracle. All right, try that one. Now, I'll let y'all go the last 2 times early. So, I don't want anybody having convulsions and doing, what is it called? Cardio malfunction or whatever?
Malfunction.
Yeah, something like that. Some people act like they're going into cardiac arrest 5 minutes before class ends. This one says, you should not even try this problem. That's what it says. If a cubic millimeter of blood contains 4,900,000 red blood cells, how many blood cells are contained in 50? If a car holds 7 people, how many cars does 10 hold? You multiply. Whenever you have a word problem that you can't figure out, change it to something what? Simple. If a car holds 10 people or 7 people, how many people are in 10 cars? 10 times 7, you multiply. Now quickly, what is this one? 4.9 times 10 to the 6, because it's 4 what? Million. You should be getting that by now. Now you know that 5 times 5 is 25, so your answer is going to be less than 25 because you're talking about 5 times 4.9. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 9 is 4, so that's 24.5. No, you do not need a calculator for this. Unless you can't make change. And if you can't make change, you shouldn't be running a cash register. Now, let's look at the directions. Use scientific notation. So that means we got to move it one place. Right there. So 2.45 times 10 to the 7th. Which way did I move this decimal to get it back the way it was in my head? To the right. And that is 2.45 times 10 to the 8th power. .45 times 10 shift 6 8. And you should feel good about yourself. Last problem in your homework, or of your homework. I don't know if all these are in your homework or not. If I can't discourage you by this one, then this one will finish you off. The mass of planet A is blah, blah, blah. And the mass of planet B is blah, blah, blah. How many times greater? Okay, stop. I weigh 250 pounds. If Zana weighs 50 pounds, I'm not going to say 150 pounds. Okay? If Zana weighs 50 pounds, how much bigger am I?
200?
No, times.
Oh.
5 times, Hubert. That's right, class.
5.
I played football. Yes. What did you do?
You
Divide.
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 Yeah.
Divide 250. Whatever. 250 divided by 50. And I'm 5 times bigger than Zana. Now, what are you going to do here? Same thing. What did I do? I just changed a complicated problem into something simple. And then find out what I'm going to do, and then I transfer it back to the word problem. Some of y'all are going, wow. So which one's bigger? So 4.0 times 10 to the 31. And the reason I do 4.0 is to show you where the decimal is. You don't have to do that, but it shows you where the decimal is, and it's easier for some people. And 7.0 times 10 to the 25th. And what's 31 minus 25? 6, Hubert. That's right, class. Thank you for enunciating when I can hear you. And 4 divided by 7, I have no idea, so I'm just going to write 4 divided by 7 because I'm going to do it in my head, because you shouldn't have to use a calculator for that. 7 will go into 40. 48, what? 6 times, that's 42, so it'd be 5 times. 5 times 7 is 35. So that'd be point. So let's see, 7 will go into 50. 6 times 20.
It'll go to 7 times.
Oh, 7? I'm sorry. What does it come out to be? 0.571? 0.571, thank you. I suck at it. 0.571 times 10 to the 6th. So 5.71 times 10 to the 6th.